Hey, welcome to the channel, The Pop Enthusiast. I am Paul, and joining me today is my lovely wife, and introducing our fifth element, baby Gabriella Rose. Say hi, Gabriella. Say hi. So as you can see, we've dressed Ella up to her dismay here as Lilo from The Fifth Element, which is one of your favorite movies.
Yes, yeah.
So we're going to take a look at the Fifth Element pop line that came out several years ago. So we have all the pops. They were all commons, and now they're all vaulted and hard to find. But we'll take an out-of-box look at each of the Fifth Element pops. And we have our very own Lilo to join us. So let's get started. All right, before we get our first pop here, I do want to say this video is sponsored by Mercari, the selling app, where you can buy and sell all sorts of stuff. I think you're going to start selling some of your clothes.
I am, yeah.
So, we'll see. Okay, who do we have first?
Corbin Dallas.
Corbin Dallas. So this is played by Bruce Willis.
I really love this movie. I mean, like, I wouldn't say I'm a big Bruce Willis fan, but I feel like I like him in this part. Like, he played this part really good.
So for those that have never seen The Fifth Element, because this came out in the, 2000s? How old is this movie?
I think it came out in, like, the 90s, like, late 90s.
Late 90s.
Well, don't quote me, I'm not for sure.
So a lot of people may not have ever seen this movie before, so what is it about?
So, basically, like, your typical save the world from, doom or doom and gloom. So Corbin used to be in the military, and he's no longer in the military. He's down on his luck. His wife has left him. He's a taxi driver who's about to lose his license. This evil galaxy spirit thing, whatever you want to call it, it's about to take over the world. And like there's this, it's like the president can see it like coming closer and closer to their area, and so they task Bruce Willis with like getting rid of it, so to speak. I'm like definitely skipping over a whole bunch, but that really is ultimately, it's like he needs to save the day.
And some of their outfits are unique, right? It's like a futuristic, like he's got, I don't even know what kind of a vest or something.
Because they're like flying around, they fly around, and flying cars and food trucks that float, that come right up to your house. And
well, that's kind of like now.
Definitely.
So they had Grubhub,
so to speak, I guess.
When you look at this pop specifically, this is like in the really old pop mold, where it was very kind of of course the big head, but the stocky body. And it was kind of unique that this had an action pose, like he's holding that futuristic gun.
Yeah.
Because most pops back when these came out, they just had their arms like at their sides, kind of like this arm is. So, but he definitely fits the mold of the old pop. So then we have our other character here, who we dressed our baby up like.
So speaking of her outfit, so obviously for various reasons, there are not any infant
appropriate
Lilu costumes. So her outfit is more Lilu inspired. So we got the white onesie, the gold diaper cover, and the orange suspenders. Her belly is not showing like Lilu's was. It's not as sexualized as Lilu's outfit was. And the wig has definitely came off. I think she found it quite itchy because she, but I think she did Lilu proud with her Lilu inspired costume.
Yeah, definitely. So who is Lilo? Like, what role does she play in the movie?
It's hard because I really would like for people to watch it, and I feel like if I say who she is, then you kind of like that gives it away. I would just say she is a main character, and she plays an important role throughout the movie and in saving the world. That is how I'll describe her.
And then there's another Lilo pop here. Now this is even more inappropriate as far as an outfit. So this is where she first appeared in this outfit in the movie, right? The white outfit.
Yeah, it's when they like after she gets blown up and they save her. and they like are bringing her back to life. That is the initial outfit that like they put on her.
Okay. Or lack of an outfit.
Yeah.
So there's some other characters here from the movie that they made pops of. So this one is Ruby Rod, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was played by
Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
I think she wants to say something. Do you want to say something? You haven't even seen the movie. What are you trying to say? Yeah, that is, so this pop is Ruby Rod, played by Chris Tucker. So he was just so funny, I feel like, in this movie. Like, his costumes were ridiculous. His hair was ridiculous. Like, it just was great.
So I think he was like a
radio person.
A radio announcer or something.
Yeah.
So pretty eccentric and out there.
Yeah. So he plays, I don't want to say he's a main character, but I guess he could be considered, you know, a sub main character, whatever they're called, in the movie, just because he does help. Some might say he could have helped more because he kind of was a chicken for the big parts, but he did help, and he adds a lot of comic relief to the movie once he's introduced into it, and which is funny because Corbin was very like serious, and so when they like are in a lot of scenes together towards the middle of the movie, he adds like that comic relief that you need to kind of match Corbin's seriousness. And
then another pop that they made, or another character they made a pop of. Now, who is this?
Diva.
I remember her from the movie, but I don't remember what part she played.
So she's, well, they refer to her as Diva. She has this long little name I do not know how to pronounce, so we're just going to refer to her as Diva. Like, she has to be probably my favorite character in the movie, even though she was only in the movie for collectively maybe 5 minutes, if a little bit more, but no longer than 10, and I think that's really stretching it. She is a singer, you know, protector of the other elements, and so her part in the movie is just really, to me,
kind of a sad part.
It is kind of sad, but like kind of moving, because like I said, she's a singer and kind of like opera, and like again, I would just recommend everyone to watch this movie. I just really like her part that she plays in the movie. Do you like it? I watch it anytime it's on TV. I watch it. So Elliot can't watch. We don't let her watch TV, but like she obviously can hear it. So I'm sure you've heard Diva.
So, and this is a non-traditional pop in the sense that it's not the stocky. It's really one of the first that I've come across. First, more detailed, stylized Funko Pops that really match the character, as opposed to the trying to make the character look like a pop. They actually made the character. And
because it looks like her, like one of her poses that she does when she's up on stage singing. So I can definitely I'm like, yes, that's definitely how she looked in the movie.
And her head is not big, which is rare for a pop. It's actually kind of proportionate. So who's this ugly guy?
That is a Mangalore. So there's two sets of bad people, and this is part. Him and his, you know, species are part of one of the bad groups. They have like the ability to like transform into like other like things, so they can look like, you know, humans or whatever.
Oh, they can shapeshift into.
There we go. I couldn't think of the word. Yeah, they can shapeshift.
And then the last pop of the set is the leader of the bad guys, right? Yeah.
So he's the other side of the bad guys, but he is the bad guy in the movie. He is that guy that you're like hoping goes down. So that's Zorg. He was, you know, you see like even when you were talking about how they look, he has one of the guns that are very futuristic. He can do a lot of things. It's very powerful, causes a lot of damage. And that's really how the Mangalores got even involved in the situation, is because he like had made a deal with them and then went back on it. And so that's really how they got involved in the whole movie. But anyway, he is, you know, connected to the doom and gloom of the movie, the powerful like galactic being or whatever it is that's trying to like destroy the world. He is the connection between them, and he's trying to collect all of the elements or whatever, you know, so that the world can't be saved. And Yeah, he's a jerk.
He's a jerk.
That's the kid appropriate word to use.
Yeah.
Jerk.
And his haircut is something that you might see today, where someone has like half their head shaved and then the long hair on the other side. But I gotta say, this is probably the actor Gary Oldman is probably one of my favorite actors, because he plays so many roles that you're like, that was Gary Oldman. Like, he's just so versatile. Like, this is one of them. He plays Dracula in Bram Stoker's Dracula, the old Dracula. He's Commissioner Gordon in the Dark Knight trilogy. So many different roles. And I do at some point want to do like an ode to Gary Oldman video with all the pops of his characters, because there's quite a few that they've made. And you know, as many times as you watch this movie on TV and I've been sitting there watching it with you, I don't think I've ever finished it with you.
Oh. That's because you, like, if it doesn't interest you, if it's not like a movie you want to watch, you start reading comic books or watching it, which I think is so rude. Just like Ella falling asleep while we're doing this video is quite rude, but I guess she's like over it.
She's got her hand on her face now.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
She's like, I guess if I can't watch the movie, why should I really be paying attention?
Oh. So there you have it. Those are the Fifth Element Pops, and this is our fifth member of our family, Ella. So thank you, Ella, for being a part of our video. Thank you to my wife. And also thank you to everybody that watched. So hope you enjoyed that. And make sure to hit the like button if you did, and subscribe to the channel, The Pop Enthusiast, where we do a lot of Funko Pop and pop culture content. We'll see you next time.